ASMR.
We're live, baby.
Okay, let me swallow this nerd. Hi guys, it's Allie.
And Jamie.
And this is Shoot and Tell.
I know we just roll with the punches. And
No,
just
literally.
keep it rolling.
Okay, I am Allie. I'm a 23-year-old. I wouldn't classify myself as a wedding photographer. I don't classify myself in a niche. I think that is silly. No hate. I do. No hate to other photographers. I don't classify myself as a wedding photographer. God, I can't talk today. Do you?
I say I'm a wedding photographer because that's what I want. I want weddings.
Oh.
But I also love, like today I did branding and I really liked that.
See,
So I don't want to actually narrow down, but I want more weddings than senior sessions.
but I would not classify myself as a wedding photographer because like I do love weddings, but I would never want to only do weddings
Yes.
ever. Like I love doing family sessions. I love doing branding sessions. I love doing
Couples,
first birthdays.
engagements.
I do. I love a smash cake. I love first birthdays. Like I love stuff like that. Like I would
Yeah.
never want to just do
weddings.
Yeah.
Because I see people on Instagram, like the woman that shot my wedding, she solely does engagements, couples, and weddings.
that's a thing. Like I didn't know that until recently.
Really?
Which sounds funny. Yes. Like I thought that everyone just did a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay. See,
I didn't know that some people only specifically do weddings.
yes, because I think that's just, honestly, I think that's where all the money is too. I think you make the most with weddings.
Which is true, but like I started doing photography because I had a kid and I wanted to be able to do family photos and work with kids. Like that's why.
So tell me your story of like why you started photography. Tell us the backstory.
Okay. Gosh, I'm a college dropout. So I originally all through school knew I wanted to be like some sort of teacher or work with kids or something like that. I've always wanted to work with kids. And so I graduated high school. I went to UCC and I was like, okay, I want to be an elementary education. I want to be a kindergarten through second grade teacher. Like I want to specifically be in those age groups and work with children. And then I lived in Portland. I worked at a school and I loved it up until the teachers would tell me like, oh, you need a husband to support you because you just don't make enough money. And that started to deter me because like I'm a very independent woman. Like don't want to rely on a man for money. Like that's ridiculous. I'm like, what the fuck?
And you were single at the time?
No, I had a boyfriend.
Okay.
But I was just like, that's just not something I want. And so I ended up working my next job. I worked as a daycare teacher. I did preschool. I worked with 4-year-olds and I loved it. Loved working with kids. And by this point I had dropped out of school because I had 3 jobs working in Portland and it was just, I went to school full time. And so it was just really hard. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll get back into it. And then I found out I was pregnant and I was like, okay, definitely do not want to get back into it at this point. And so my other options were like maybe social working or being like a therapist at an elementary school.
Yes.
And that just still didn't fit. Like I just wasn't something that I was interested at this point. And then when I had Isabella, I obviously was getting photos done of my pregnancy, like her newborn photos, documenting her life. And I have always done photography. I did 4-H growing up. I did photography growing up. My aunt did photography. I always had a camera near me. And so I was like, why don't I just do this? Like, why? This is something I've done. Why don't I actually try and do it? And so for a while, I was like, honestly, it could just be a hobby because it's always been a hobby for me.
Yeah.
And I like doing stuff like that. And then I made a page and I started marketing myself and I was like, this could actually be really cool. And I just kept putting myself out there. I would post on Little Mom groups all the time, 24/7. I'd post on my story 24/7. I mean, I was posting on Facebook 24/7. Anything that I could do to like get clientele and build my clientele, I was doing. And obviously it's been paying off because I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. And I don't even know how many weddings I've done. I couldn't even tell you how many family sessions I've done. I have absolutely no clue. The cats are fighting.
Cats are fighting.
They're brother and sister.
I hear in the back.
No, literally. But yeah, I just knew they're
And the sad thing
girls.
is, this will not even pick up.
Girls, stop fighting.
Stop.
They're brother and sister, you guys. And so,
That's how
okay, I have to separate the brother.
Oh my god. Allie just tried to kill her cat. Basically.
The cats are not behaving right now.
It's because I'm here. They're like, oh my
No,
God.
literally. Come here. You want to say something into the mic?
Hey, girly.
No, I just knew photography was something I've always been interested in, and I at first did not want to do weddings. I was very adamant. I was like, I do not want to do weddings at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just like, I also didn't want to be away from Isabella for long periods at a time because I was just like, I had such bad postpartum anxiety that I was terrified to be away from her.
Oh, okay.
And so I literally was like, I can't do a wedding.
Yeah, like
And I also nursed. I breastfed for so long.
that. Because when did you stop?
When she was 1 year and 7 months.
Yeah. See, that's.
Yeah. So I was like, how the hell am I going to do this? And I managed. I did weddings and I would just, pump or pray like that I wasn't going to leak. Like,
Literally.
so yeah, I was really adamant about not doing weddings at first. And then,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I got a wedding inquiry. I was like, maybe this is something. And I'd never second shot before I did a wedding. I just went and did a wedding.
Oh my gosh. Actually?
Yeah. I just was like, all right, fuck it. Is it that hard? And I watched like YouTube videos on timelines of weddings and like TikToks. And obviously I talked to my friends and talked to my other photographers and I was like, did you second shoot? And a lot of them, it was mixed signals. It was like, yeah, I did. No, I didn't. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And I did. And I never had like a bad review. Like I've never had like,
No one
everyone's
has
always
given
been
you-
pleased. Like
yeah.
I don't think they would have ever known that was my first time doing a wedding.
No, exactly.
Because I just went into it so confident because I was like, obviously I can take pictures. It's, different things, but like I had poses, I had things that I could pull up if I got stuck, which again, I don't think that's super unprofessional. I think that I'd rather, if I'm stuck in a pose and I don't know what to do, pull up some inspo really quick.
Yeah.
Like I would.
Yes.
Because I want to just like get my freaking imagination
Yeah.
going again. I don't think that's a bad thing. But yeah, I just went into it and was like, all right.
Yeah, she's done a lot of weddings, so she's really trustworthy.
Yeah, I'm very reputable, you guys. I do have good recommendations. I'm very reputable. And I'm funny.
She is. She's very funny because I've second shot for you.
Hire me
before.
based off my personality.
Exactly, not by her photos.
I'm joking.
I actually.
No, I'm not. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah.
She'll just. She can be the comedian for the night.
Yeah, I'm a fucking wedding planner, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
If I was not a wedding photographer, I would be a wedding coordinator.
And I feel like you would be very good at that. I would.
How do I add that into my contract?
Actually, people would
Yeah.
hire us, and we would just be the same during the day. Because realistically, realistically, we are doing
Both.
everything. Yeah, and it's crazy to me because I do not promote this videography. It's the opposite.
Okay, so there's like certain photographers or videographers that get hired, and it's like, I want this certain kind of like movie style.
Yeah.
And those are like, but also those videographers are like $10,000.
Yes, they are.
And so a lot of people that hire videographers hire them and they're like, oh, just like, little snippets of my day. And I'm like, that is not.
That is not it. I know there are some videographers
No.
that I see, and I'm like,
You should be pulling your clients aside.
Yes.
You should be posing your clients. You should be like, oh,
Yes.
let's do this. You should not solely be
just on the sidelines.
and just going with what the photographer does.
Photographer.
That
I
is
know.
not fair.
I know. And it's like from the videographer standpoint that I don't do anymore. Let me preface it.
No, yeah.
I do not like videography. Coming from photography and then going into a videography position during a wedding day, you feel kind of out of control because the photographer now is technically, it feels like they're act
your
higher.
boss.
Yeah, they act higher. They're your boss, and I don't like that.
I know.
And so, I don't know. There's something about it, and then but also to work with a videographer. I've never worked with a videographer before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I have never.
You were my first. You popped my cherry. My videography cherry. That was the first time I've ever worked with someone else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was your first.
Yeah, I've just been solo
Oh my god,
every day.
I'm so glad.
Okay, Jameson, how did you start? Why did you start photography?
It kind of goes black in a way of what was the decision and a deciding factor of I'm going to start photography. I did photography my entire life. I did also 4-H, and then
Jamie was like Pinterest girly, like
Was I?
aesthetic. Yeah, for sure. Like that's what you like Tumblr. That's what you reminded me of back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a preference. She
What
probably
photos
doesn't.
have you seen?
No, like just your like
Oh,
what
just
you
my-
looked like you're in like
oh, what I
you.
look like? I was like, what did
Like
my
no,
pictures
like
look
back
like?
then, like
Yeah,
I could see why you would want to do photography because you were like Tumblr.
I definitely loved photography. It was something
Yeah.
I always did. And then I remember I always liked shooting videos as well. Like as a kid, I would make short films.
Oh my god, me too on
Yeah,
iMovie.
yes, iMovie or stuff like that. I would have like my old video camera, but I was obsessed with photography. And my parents would like gave me a camera. They were like super supportive of it. Just never took it any further from there. And I wanted to have a second income and something for me to do, not just being a mom, because it can get
Because
pretty.
Jamie is a stay-at-home mom.
Yes, and it's
preference,
very
like-
isolating.
Yeah,
You
super.
have to have other
Yes.
humans around you that are not your child's
Yes.
age because you start losing it. I was going
Yeah.
crazy. So I don't even know what started it. I just couldn't find a job. And I tried getting a job back at Human Being because I used to work there for 4 years. And I went back and I was like, I just don't think this is for me. I quit again. And I
Quitter.
literally worked there for a day and I was like, this isn't for me. I don't think I can do this again with a child. So then I randomly on a note, I was like, what if I just got into photography to my husband, Matt? And he was like, no, I think that's a great idea. My dad has this very old 2013 Canon. And my dad was like, you should just use this. Don't spend the money on a really nice camera. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to go spend my money on a nice camera. I don't believe in this camera. So that night I was like, okay, I'm going to start photography. I texted my friends to model and I'm like, I have this idea, yada, yada. The next morning I wake up at 5 a.m., which is not when I usually wake up. And my old wedding photographer posted on her Instagram story that she is selling her old cameras. And she was selling a Sony A7 IV or Alpha A7, whatever. I messaged her because it was like, it was only $1,500 for the camera body and the lens. It was only $1,500.
Yeah, it was cracked.
It was
The screen was cracked.
the screen was cracked, but I did
Jamie
not care.
got a good deal.
I got a good deal, but I did not care about the screen. I was like, if everything fails, at least I only put $1,500 in.
And with a lens, that's like you would have paid more than that. For
No,
just the lens.
it would have
you
been
got.
four or $5,000.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I decided to do that, and I knew that getting a mirrorless would be so much easier to understand as well.
Yeah.
So
it is.
and then
for
I
sure.
was just making my friends do photos for me or be my models. I was taking photos, and then within a couple posts, I got people inquiring, and then I just started shooting for people, and then I got my first wedding inquiry. The first month I was doing photography, which I was crapping my pants about because
Jamie started at the best time. Like she started in January. She started like right getting into spring.
yes,
And like summer, and she really did start at the best time.
I feel like I got a
you got really lucky. I feel like on that
yes.
aspect, like starting like right in the middle of like summer, like or like not summer, but like
It's
sunny
starting
season.
and then also
Busy
people are
season.
proposed already.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's after the holidays, people are being proposed to, but
Yeah.
multiple.
You screenshot a lot.
I did because I was like I don't know if
Jamie
what
was
to do.
scared.
I was scared because I didn't know because my dad was like, you should probably second shoot because you've never done this before. I'm like, you're right, I should probably second shoot. So I reached out to a couple photographers. My favorite one was Morgan. I love you, Morgan. If she's listening, I love Morgan.
She's really good.
I love her son. They're absolutely adorable. But yeah, that's what I did. And then now I'm here.
And how did we meet?
Okay. And so
Yes.
Olivia hired me for her wedding, and I actually didn't know about Jamie for a while because like I was hired for like 9 months.
But I also started
Yeah, later.
in like later.
Yeah, so I didn't know about you for a while, and then she gave me your contact information, was like, reach out to her if you want. And I just didn't care to because I was busy. Like I just like also didn't know what we were supposed to talk about.
I didn't know either. And I
Like that was my first interaction working with like another person. So like now I'd be a lot better, and I'd be like, hey, actually I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't contact the videographer.
I wouldn't either. Like
I don't think there's an.
I would probably follow them on social media.
I would do that,
obviously.
yeah.
And like look at their work and like maybe DM them and be like,
I think we
"Hey,
were just
girl."
so awkward with each other because it was my very, very first wedding.
Yeah.
And
and you were barely into it.
no, I
like,
was like not even into it.
Competition over community is what people
Right.
are like. But we were community over competition.
Right.
But like that's not how it goes. Because
No.
my first year, people were not nice.
But also, when we first met each other, we were not nice to each other.
I didn't think we were mean to each other.
Oh, see, I felt such
first
bad vibes.
hour?
The first hour was so bad.
So bad.
It was so bad.
Well, you
Ooh.
have RBF.
No, okay, this is what happened. Okay, let me tell you from my perspective. I was at the Airbnb way before I showed up an hour because it was like my very first wedding. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll be there an hour before. And so I get there, and in my head, I'm planning to. I knew Ali was gonna knock on the door, and I knew I wanted to like introduce myself because I feel like it would just get it out
And I
of the
just
way.
literally walked in.
I opened the door. I'm like, oh hey, and you just like walked past me, and I'm like, okay.
Did I?
Yes,
Did you even open the door?
I opened the door for you.
Oh, I thought I just walked right in.
Nope, you didn't.
But that's how I get so locked in on my wedding days.
See, but that's okay. But I was like, crap, she's not playing around right now. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know this chick at all. And so
That's
we
so
also
funny.
would not look at each other. We literally were staring at
we were that was so awkward. I was like,
we were literally sitting on a couch not looking at each other.
I wonder if she feels this awkward.
I
Also, though, to preference, our bride was like getting her makeup done, pretty much halfway done. They were behind schedule.
They were
also.
very much.
behind schedule. But I just was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I never worked with someone. So I was like, I didn't really know how to work with someone on a wedding day. I'm really good working with people in a team. I'm really good with working with other people. But like, that was my first, I was like, what do I do? Because I was like, I don't know where to be. I don't know where to put myself where I'm not in her way.
Yeah, I was just.
So I was like, I don't know.
I didn't.
It was a weird icebreaker. And then we
was.
got to the
And
venue.
I
Like
know.
after like 45 minutes.
It was the venue. Once we got there, we had alone time because we were doing detail shots. And
Yeah, and then it was awkward because we were like put on the spot. Like literally everyone was around us.
mm-hmm.
And so it's like we have to do this fucking meet and greet in front of 12 people.
No, literally.
So fucking awkward.
No, literally.
And so then we did our details and it was perfectly fine. But it was so
I know, it was so funny. And then like during like dinner hour when we're like sitting with each other, we're just like yapping away.
We
like,
did our
"Bye,
mukbang."
bye." But yeah, and
Yeah.
then after that, honestly, after that wedding, when I feel like we texted, but I feel like our relationship actually did take a turn probably ever so recently. It feels like it grew so much faster.
for sure. And you gave me the other Olivia. We have two Olivias, but you gave me the other Olivia's wedding.
Yes.
And because Jamie was a bridesmaids in this wedding. And so we kind of split the day. We did
Yeah.
half and half on the day. But she sent that inquiry my way.
Yes.
And like at this point, I think you sent me that inquiry like literally a week after
Yes, it was.
the first wedding.
Yes.
And so I was kind of shocked by that. And then I was still like, obviously I have my own life and I'm a single mom and it was so busy. And so I just like wasn't like super interacting with anything or anyone. And I don't think I even reached out because I didn't even know that wedding inquiry came from you until
Yeah.
like months into it.
Yeah, see, I wasn't going in my brain. I also didn't want to text you and be like, I just sent you somebody because I feel like it rubbed off the wrong way.
It could, yeah.
And I just didn't know you that well to be saying that to you, and so I was like, she'll figure it out.
Well, and so then I got that inquiry and then we saw each other at Marshall's and that's when we really started.
Yeah, and then
We did our giveaway.
you met my son too. I remember
I
you
did.
met my
I
son
met
and
Bo
my mom,
and Jamie's mother.
and we were talking about. It was funny because we bumped into each other at Marshall's. In my head, I was already thinking, oh, I think it would be fun if we did a giveaway. And then Allie was talking. She's like, I think we should do a giveaway. And I was like, literally was just thinking
Yeah.
that. And I was going to text you that. And then we,
Actually ran into one of the other girls that was in our giveaway
Yes.
as well that we were going to message. So it kind of just was a perfect.
it was like, oh, yes, we should just
all do
do
this.
this. So
Yeah.
we did our giveaway. And then,
But during that time of doing the giveaway, we got close.
Yes.
Not as close as we are now, but we were close.
We were
For
close.
like community wise, like we were like good friends, I would
Yes,
say.
I
But
would say.
like we texted like what? Probably like once a week or twice a week. And then we texted about the giveaway. We got everything organized. And then when it got closer.
I literally never Venmo'd you money for the basket.
You just
I'm over here. I'm like, wait, I never Venmo'd you that money.
That's so funny. I was never gonna text you because I didn't care enough. Yeah, so Jamie's a piece of shit.
So yeah, I'm just like going through my life, through the waves of life. And
So
I'm like,
funny. But no, so we did our giveaway. But it took a while. Like, we didn't announce our giveaway. We planned it
yeah,
for like quite a while. We did put some thought into it.
we did. We actually did.
We were good. But during that time, I got like branding photos done, and we were like, oh, which picture should we use? And we talked a lot. Like,
It kind of flowed well. So
yeah,
together.
we posted our giveaway. It went really well. A lot of engagement. It did really good.
It makes me want to do another one.
I know.
I was just telling Allie, I was like, we should do another one, but it's too soon.
I said, pause, hold off.
It's too
psycho.
soon. Maybe Christmas.
Oh yeah,
That would be so
cute. Shh.
I can't tell you all my secrets right now.
But yeah, so we did that, and then I just feel like it just progressed. Like, we started.
Yeah.
I would just call Jamie, and I would be like, look at this, or like I'd call her and be like, what would you do, or what should we do, or what da 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 da, and it just progressed, and then we call each other and sit on the phone for 2 hours to edit together because we have to hold each other accountable.
Because we can't edit alone.
No, literally. And Jamie's husband, Matt, shout out to Matt, loves me because
He loves her so much.
he does have to sit and hear the audio.
I know.
I'm just background noise for him. At this
No,
point.
literally. He will play football in the background. I don't know. It's like a video. Madden. He plays Madden.
Oh, it's Madden.
It's Madden. So he plays Madden, and like I'll be like up against him, and you're like on the phone, and I am on my laptop, and we're just yapping, and he's like, we'll laugh in the background. It's so cute.
Matt has input every once in a while. Actually, pretty often.
He actually came up with
Matt
the name.
came up with our name.
He came up with our
Shout out
name.
to Matt. We have to shout him out for that. Matt came up with our name.
My husband, my beautiful and handsome.
He is so good.
He's adorable.
But yeah, Matt did really good. And then
No, it was funny because you thought it. You said, what about this? And then Matt's like,
I said, what about
that.
shoot and tell? And he goes, I literally said that. I said, oh.
So
okay.
Matt gets all the credit.
Matt gets all the credit. All right.
Oh.
Also, Carly will eventually be a guest on our podcast, but she did really good with episode names.
She does.
We have a lot of episode names.
We have a lot
that
of
are straight from. Come on, Goose.
Hey.
That are straight from
I
Carly.
hope you're not the sprinkler. Allie's cat's been sprinkling around the house. And I don't know if it's this cat or not.
No, it's not. Greta's good.
Greta, are you sure?
Yeah, she's perfect angel. No, like actually.
Okay.
Greta, say cheese.
Her whiskers are really cute.
Do you guys hear her purring? I want her to meow because
Meow,
she's
meow.
so sweet. But yeah, so that was it. Just progressed, and like, also I never felt competition.
I never felt competition with you, and I don't know why that is. Because
I don't know either.
Because also, I feel like we have similar editing, but also not.
Now we do. At
Yes.
first we didn't.
No, we did not.
And then I turned Jamie on
To the dark
some-
side.
to some presets.
so some presets.
I
know, but also, I started in January.
Yeah,
I started in January, and then
I'd already been doing this for when Jamie and me did the wedding together. I had already been doing January for
was it a year for you?
a year and 5 months.
So a year and a half.
Yeah, just about.
It was
'Cause
like
I'm on
it was
the
like
cusp
month.
of my.
It was like month 2 for me.
Yeah, I'm on the cusp of my 2 years. November 17th, guys. My 2-year anniversary.
We'll celebrate.
I
Go to
did get a
Vegas.
cake. Oh.
Sorry, not
can go
Vegas.
to
Not Vegas. Not Vegas.
But yeah, I never felt the competition.
I don't know why. Truthfully, honestly, because if you think about it on the outside, I could see somebody being like, oh yeah, their personalities would definitely clash, and I could see them being like
But
competition.
It's because like our personalities are so similar. So it's like
Yes.
it's a make it or break it. It's either you love that person or you hate them.
It's so true. But also I
Yeah.
feel like there are moments where one of us is wild and one of us just sits there. But it's always one or the other.
No, literally, because our kids are fucking psychopaths.
But not even our kids,
Mine
but our
more
personality.
often. No, that's true. I'm way more wild than Jamie. She's calm most of the time.
Most of the time. Sometimes I have
She's
a
got a
wild
wild side. Like very rarely it comes out and I'm like, oh my God. We have a mutual that we do photos for, one of my best friends, Tony. And so Tony talked a lot about me to Mia. Mia was like, oh, I just feel like, you know, we would like each other a lot because like obviously Tony talked a lot about me. And I reached out to her at some point and I was like, I really want a second shoot for you because I want to see how you do a wedding day, because Mia is fantastic and she is booked out always.
Yeah.
And like I'm still kind of a baby photographer. Not really, but really. But like Mia's been doing this for years and years. This is like, I'm just in my second year. And so I'm still like slowly, I'm not a full-time photographer. I'm, you know, I have another job. And so sometimes I don't get bookings. So I was like, I want a second shoot for you. Like, I want to see what it's like to like watch another photographer. And I was like, I totally offered to do it for free. Mia ended up paying me. And then I did my second wedding with her and she ended up paying me more. She was like, I love you. Like we do really well together.
Yeah.
We do weddings very, very well together.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was really cool to like see another photographer in action.
It is interesting.
It's interesting to see the dynamics they have with their clients too, because
yes,
the version of me is you're going to get, like, I'm the same with my clients as I am right now. Like, I would talk to my clients the same way. I interact with my clients the same way. We could be complete strangers and I will still like, I just don't get that. Like, sometimes it's awkward, obviously, your first like 10, 15 minutes into a session, but like my personality just breaks through and I've never had like
awkward.
No, like I've never really, really struggled. And so it was really nice to see like other people's dynamics, because Mia is definitely quieter than me. And we always make fun of that because obviously I'm not like that. And so I'm very demanding and loud. And she's like, I love that about you. But it's funny to see like people's dynamics with their clients.
It is.
For sure.
I think it's interesting. Should we move into motherhood?
Yes.
I feel like we should move into motherhood.
So I have a almost 3-year-old. Isabella will be 3 February 16th. Not a baby anymore. I have a whole toddler. And yeah, motherhood is hard. Motherhood
really is
very hard. I still struggle. I definitely don't know what I'm doing a lot of the time, especially as a photographer. I have another job. I
think it's hard to manage both.
Yeah.
Especially with toddler, because Bo is now 1.5 years, so he's a toddler, and it's hard to manage both.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine having 2 kids in photography.
Well, when Isabella started crawling at 6 months, so when I started photography, Isabella was January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So Isabella was 9 months old. So she was already walking at this point. Like, when I started doing photos, Isabella was walking. Jeez. She was talking. Like, she is very advanced. And so she was like already into stuff. So it was like impossible to get anything done.
Yes.
Like, literally. And then she was at the age where she's too big. So I couldn't really take her to sessions with me. And sometimes I would have to. I always okayed it with my clients. And usually it was people that I was like really, really good friends with. And they were free sessions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hard. It was really, really hard. And I was with her dad, you know, off and on for a portion of it. But, he also had his own life and he like worked too. So it's like, it was really difficult to figure out like how to make the time.
No, literally.
For everything that I needed to make time for. And myself.
Yeah. It's hard because you're managing
a whole person.
You're managing a full person, but a relationship as well, and wanting the best for your child and not trying to half it.
Yeah.
And then also manage trying to grow and be good at something.
Yeah, when you can't put your all into it all the time.
That's the other thing.
But that's just the reality. Like,
yeah.
There are probably a lot of photographers that put their 100% into it, which I'm not saying I don't. I put like my fucking 95% into it.
Yeah.
But there is that 5% where I'm like, I am a mother first. And
yes.
I'm going to be a mom first. I'm going to, you know, take care of Isabella. I'm going to, if she's sick, like figure shit out and possibly have to reschedule if I can't find a babysitter. Like,
oh yeah.
But yeah, I will never be able to put 100 into my business until Isabella is
out of the house.
Yeah.
Truthfully, no, like, I'm being honest, like out of the house.
Even if she's 16, 17, she's like capable, but like, no, like I want to be present for my daughter at all stages of her life.
It's always the child first or children first before business deals or anything business related.
I was a mom before I was a business owner.
Same.
So it's like, that is very important to me always. But no, it is also just funny too, because I feel like there's a massive difference in people who have kids that do photos and people that don't have kids.
Yes, there is.
That do photos. Because like, I've gone to many photographers now while having a child, and some people don't know how to work with kids.
No, they don't. I honestly, remembering back of the days I didn't have a kid, I think I would not be good with kids at a session. I think I would be scared for babies.
I would be good because I've always worked with kids though.
See, okay, babies. I wouldn't know how to. Kids, I've worked with kids. I worked at a learning center for
I love
8 years.
The babies are like more of my favorite.
Okay,
than
see, but before
kids.
having a kid, I wouldn't know how to handle a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
So my best friend Alexis, my other best friend, and like really reconnected. I did her newborn session, and obviously, you know, she's postpartum, just pushed a baby out like less than a week ago. I think Violet was like 5 days old. She brought Everly, her 5-year-old, and Everly is psycho. Love her, but she is like, Everly's a hard kid and not a lot of people can handle her. And you know, she was running around being crazy, and Violet's screaming her fucking head off. Alexis is fucking paranoid as shit. She's like terrified I'm gonna judge her. Aww. And I'm just like holding this newborn baby. I'm feeding her. I'm letting Everly run around. I'm like, go ahead. Like and that's why you book an hour session with a newborn for sure, because shit does not go your way.
Nope. It never does.
But like I was, doing as much as I could. I was, rocking this baby, burping this baby, feeding this baby. And I loved it. And like we started to be really good friends because she was like, you're one of the only people that can handle Everly, number one. And number two, like you made me feel so comfortable during my session. Like I've never felt that at ease. And I was like, and obviously her daughter's 5. Like she's gotten photos done of Everly every single year and like multiple times a year since she was born. And she was like, I've never felt that at ease at a session where I didn't feel like
that's awesome.
Scared. Yeah. So I was like, but that's a big thing is like, I wanted to do photos because I wanted to work with kids.
Yeah.
And like, obviously being a mom helps so much of like working with kids and knowing how to deal with people's children throwing a fit. Cause I just let them throw a fit. Who cares?
I think it also being a mom has a different perspective on life. I think,
yeah,
before having a kid, I was so much more critical of other people and then also a lot more harsh. I really leaned into that, and now I feel like I am not as critical. I've also grown in my faith a lot more, and I think that also has something to do with it all. But
yeah,
I think with kids it makes you less critical and less harsh on people.
I think I was like harsh more on like discipline, because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna spank my daughter, and I'm not
spanking Bo yesterday.
No, literally, there's some people that are like, okay, spanking's abuse. I don't beat my daughter. I spank her butt, but like every once in a while. But also, when you have a child that is extremely advanced, they don't listen. They don't care. They don't. And they also don't have a lot of emotional regulation because they are so advanced that it's like the two aren't adding up. Like their brain and their emotional regulation isn't adding up to like, Isabella can tell you a full fucking story on everything. Like she is so smart, but when it comes to the emotional regulation, like she struggles because her mental
she's so advanced.
She's baby. But she's advanced in her talking, so it's like frustrated. Confusing because she can't understand.
She's frustrated
how to get it out.
Yeah.
And so I think I was a lot more critical on like people in public just like letting their kids throw a fucking fit. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like what the hell? I wasn't ever rude, but I was just like, wow, like that's crazy.
That's not going to be me when I'm a mom.
No, and now my daughter will throw a full-blown mental breakdown in the store, and guess what? I'm just dragging her. I am dragging her.
No, so true.
It's so bad.
I also think it's really interesting of different parenting styles of even seeing... I mean, you're my only mom friend. I don't have any other mom friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I was on
Jamie's isolated.
I feel very isolated because there is a part of me that is... Allie hasn't I don't think you've really experienced this, but like were you the first mom in your ever like friend group to have a kid? Or
yes. No, I wasn't.
You weren't?
No.
See, so that's the hard thing.
So I wasn't. So the friend group that I had when Isabella was born, so I got pregnant when I lived in Portland.
Yes.
So like when I lived in Portland, yes, I was the first friend out of that group, out of the group there. But like Serena also had our friend Taryn, and Taryn has oh my God, Paisley's so much. Paisley's like 5 now. And so Taryn got pregnant when we were in high school.
Okay.
Or actually, I don't know, Taryn. You'll have to tell me because I can't remember. She'll have to like.
She's like,
give
I didn't
me
get pregnant in
feedback.
high school. Why are you saying that?
No, I swear to God, she was like, 17, 18. I think she was 18. Like she had Paisley earlier. So Isabella and Paisley play now, but I swear Paisley is like 2 years older than her. But so technically she was the first friend. Like Isabella and her were such drastic ages because it wasn't like they were a year apart.
Yeah.
They were like 4 years apart.
Yeah.
And so it was slightly different timelines.
You probably experienced the same thing, but it's like
I definitely did when Isabella was first born.
I think newborn stage you feel so isolated.
I didn't really start like getting good mom friends until Isabella was probably Beau's age.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm at, where I'm sitting here and I'm like waiting.
Yeah.
It's
Isabella was like 15 months old when I really started getting mom
I
friends.
swear it's worse than dating.
Oh yeah.
It's so
for sure.
And it's so weird because I'm sitting there and I'm like, we're all going through the same thing, and why are we all so awkward?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like,
No, for sure.
like on the playground.
Jamie had a bad playground experience.
So
for her first
Allie
time.
really, really inspired me. So Beau recently really started being a walker, and so now I was like, okay, well, I need to go to the playground. And Allie's like, I'm at the playground right now, and I was like, I should go to the playground. And so later that day, I took Beau to the playground, and there's this mom with her twins, and the son was trying to come over to Beau, and I was like, oh, hi. And I'm talking to the 2-year-old, and the mom's like, sweetie, come over here. Like, as if I'm
just
like,
literally did not want Jamie to interact with her child.
like
at
I'm
all.
a creepy pervert. And I'm over here like, I have a child. Like, I'm not just here to like talk
No,
to children. I feel like I also look like a nanny in some ways. I don't feel like
Yeah.
Beau looks like my child at all. So I don't
Oh, side factor, our children like do not
look like us.
very like they definitely have our features for sure. But
Yeah.
like Isabella, I'm a white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, freckle faced, white.
She's
And my
like
daughter is brown.
She's so
brown, tan,
stinking
girly, brown hair, brown eyes.
I know my son's like white, blonde hair, blue eyes, and I
Yes.
literally am the opposite. So, but it's so funny because I'm like, whatever. But yeah, so this mom was like basically discouraging her 2-year-old to come over to me and Beau, and I'm like, okay, I feel like we look like we have the plague now because of the way she was acting. And so I am like trying to make small talk in the most natural, organic way ever. And I was like, oh, I'm like, how old are they? And she was like, they're 2. And I'm like, oh, well, they're so adorable. And I was like, are they twins? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's so cute. She's like, thanks. And she walks away. I was so heartbroken and so rejected.
Jamie literally called me and was like, what the fuck?
Because I'm like, this is worse than somebody denying you or like being like,
Like,
no,
you know when you're
I'm
going
not
for a
that
kiss and
interested.
someone's like, oh.
Wait, we're just friends. Like, I'm just like, I was like, what? This is so weird. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I call Allie and I'm telling my husband, my husband's like, that is so weird. And Allie's like, that is so weird. I'm like, is there like etiquette on the playground that I should know about?
My daughter's like literally going up to kids and she's like, oh, you want to be my friend? Let's hug.
No, literally, that's how I was
So-
as a kid. I'm like, did things change? I think there are parents that are
A little girl literally nose booped Isabella the other day. Like just came up to her and was like, you're so cute. And then walked away.
see, but that's
So
how
it's
it
like,
should be.
that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I think moms should like talk to each other because we all are probably going through the same exact
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
So yeah, I feel isolated. You're my only outlet, and if it wasn't for photography, if it wasn't for you, like I would feel
And
so isolated.
wrapping it back up on like community over competition.
Yes.
Like if we would have been like, we could have, parted ways after that wedding and never talked to each other again.
Yeah.
We could have like literally, because Jamie started doing photo. Like Jamie was like, oh, I'm going to do photo. I'm not going to do video.
Yes,
And like, I could have been like,
absolutely
oh,
hate
Jamie's
video.
going to take my clients. You know what I mean? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I could have been like, oh my God, Jamie. No, I've literally referred clients. Like I had a wedding that I couldn't do and I could have hired Jamie as an associate. I could have had her do that wedding and I edited the photos, but I was like, no, I'm going to give Jamie a win. And I sent this client to Jamie and I was like, hey,
I know, and I was like, you can do this. I'm like, if you want,
but
you'll
it's like,
do it.
that's not how things should always be. Like things should not always be about the money. I think that
No.
like people valuing their friends in this industry because like, again, it is not all about the money. And I think people get so wrapped up in that.
It really is.
And I do get it. Like I have to do photography to pay my bills.
This is true.
I love to do it though. Like I love to do it. But I have to do it in order to pay my bills. Like
Yeah.
I would literally be homeless without it.
No.
And I think people don't realize that, especially in this area where there are so many hobbyists right now. And like, that's not a bad thing. I'm all for it. The more the merrier. I don't care. But it's like, I think people forget that like we are real people these are real jobs.
This isn't just us taking photos and making edits on our that.
We just gonna show up and get fucking $1,000 to do something and we're done. Like, no, it actually takes months.
It's so frustrating to edit. It is the best.
Yes.
The best way to describe editing is the best way I can describe it for people to understand is like there's 20 colors of paint and you're trying to mix the colors to get the perfect color. That is what
You know what it is to me?
What is it?
Editing to me is like parallel parking when you don't know how to.
You know what editing's for me? It's like we should just like start coming up with
No,
you know what editing's for me? It's like walking on thorns and being burned alive.
Editing for me is like walking on Legos.
No, literally.
No, I love like there are times where I do struggle and I'm like, what the hell is going on with me? Like, why can't I get this photo? Why is it not working?
And then there's like certain sessions where it's like, oh, I'm so good.
Yeah,
I'm so
good.
talented.
This is so easy. Like I'm doing so well. But no, it's hard. Like I don't think people realize like this is a real life job. Yes, we're getting paid a lot of money, but this is real life money. Like we're not just. I have a reputation.
Yeah.
Like I want to withhold my reputation of like. Allie's fun. She's good at photography. She's fun to be around. Like, what a life of the party to bring to my wedding. Like, to be at my wedding. So, we want to talk about the fact that people do not ask their wedding photographers enough questions.
No, not at all.
Jamie, how many camera buddies do you have?
2.
Now.
Let's talk about the horror story about that one.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But, like, so we made some points, and people do not ask their wedding photographers how many camera buddies they have, which... I would have never known to ask these questions until I became a photographer.
Also would never have known.
But it's like, do you guys know that people edit your photos on their phones?
Yeah.
Your wedding photos? Like, I just want you guys to know that some people, like,
I've known a lot of people. I know a lot of people.
There's a lot of people on TikTok that I follow. And they edit photos on their phone.
And they're like, you're paying.
And they're reputable photographers, which it's not necessarily like a bad thing. I just personally could not.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how you do it because there's not enough attention to detail in a phone. Like I need my MacBook.
No, and I have to have. It's just so with the color grading and everything. I would be going insane.
But it's like I would honestly, I'm not as a photographer now. Like I would feel uncomfortable if I knew that my photographer was editing on
an iPhone.
Their iPhone.
I would be like fired.
Yeah,
personally.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying like, oh, you guys should like hate your wedding photographer if they've done that. But I personally like doing this and having this be my business and doing photos. Like I would want someone who is invested and who is like sees the bigger picture.
Right.
Because you need equipment.
No, and that's the thing is if I had a wedding photographer and I loved her photos and she was like, oh yeah, I edit on an iPhone, I'd be like, I'd be really uneased by that.
But also, if you're a wedding photographer, I mean, you're making $3,000. Most wedding photographers are making $3,000. That's a laptop right there.
That is a laptop. That is a MacBook.
And I'm not saying like, oh, they can just go below that $3,000 because I can't. Like, I have to invest it into bills. But like, you should be investing into your business. Like, you should be making like. Again, I've talked about this. I'm a single mom, but like, I put as much as I can into my business constantly because.
Whatever money I make, I put it right back into it.
Yeah. Like I have bills, so I can't necessarily do that all the time. Like I have to pay for everything myself. And so it's not like, I can just whip out and be like, oh, I'm going to buy this, $3,000 camera body.
Right.
But it's like I'm saving. I'm building a savings and I'm working to that goal.
It's just going to pay it off.
Each time that I get a session.
Yes. I always look at buying camera gear. I'm like, this is just going to pay it off.
Let me see your phone. Let me do some math. Because it's like, even if you, have bills and whatnot, say you have 8 sessions a month and you're putting even just $25 into a savings account. Say you only have 8 sessions a month and you're just putting $25. That's like nothing at that point. Like that's so minimal. That's $200 a month. And to buy a camera body, you need, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000. That's 10 months.
Let's just say 3,000 if you want to get your dream. Or not dream. The dream camera I want is $8,000.
No, literally. But say you need $2,000. We'll say $2,000 because you don't need a lens, whatever. So you have a lens, you just need another body. $2,000. That's 10 months. Like, yeah, that seems like a long time, but also at the end of the day, it's like you should want to invest in your business.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
should want to put that money into it.
And it's crazy.
The people don't.
Let's go into the story.
Yes, Jamie has a horror.
I have
fucking
absolutely
story.
a horror story, and I feel so bad looking back at it. So I was second shooting for this photographer, really well known. She's really good at what she does. She's really sweet.
Preference. She already knew Jamie's equipment.
Yes, I gave her my equipment list. I go into this wedding. It's a very, very high-end wedding. I probably the most high-end wedding I have shot or have been to.
Me and Jamie charge a little over $3,000 for an 8-hour wedding. This woman charges starting at $7,000. Like starting.
And this was
Probably like a $9,000 wedding.
it.
that
Probably
she
was.
Probably got
She
paid.
probably got.
So it was a big wedding.
And the wedding coordinator and everyone. The wedding decorations were absolutely gorgeous. They had the planner, they had the decorator, they had the bakery, they had
Anything that you could have, they had.
it was such a there were things that were so artistic that you see drapes and
On Pinterest.
yeah, it was something you would see in like the wedding and like the wedding magazine. Like it was the perfect wedding. And so I've not had any issues with my camera before. I knew in the back of my head that I was going to have to invest into a second body, but I knew that I had this really reliable camera. So I thought, so everything's going great. We are shooting portraits. It's not even the ceremony. And thank the Lord that I was only second shooting. And so ceremony begins. I'm taking photos from a second point of view. And my shutter goes out. It just goes out. I'm sitting there like, what the heck is going on?
Jamie's camera is dead.
I'm dead. The camera's dead. I'm sitting there during the ceremony being like, my camera does not work. And I cannot get a darn photo because the shutter is out. And this is the only camera body I have. And I remember seeing a TikTok. It was playing through my head where this woman's like, oh, this is why you have a second camera, because it was during the ceremony and her camera went out, and so she grabbed her second camera and it was like on her harness and she like quickly did it because they were walking down the aisle. And I was like, I should have had my second body, should have gotten it. So the photographer lent me her second body, which was really sweet of her. But moral of the story, it was like worst day of my life. I was like, I got into my car and just absolutely bawled my eyes out because I also had a wedding next week. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, I have to get this camera fixed and I have to buy a second body. From that,
Right.
I
Jamie has learned that a second body is absolutely needed. You should not.
such a necessity.
It is not. You should not be booking weddings if you do not have a second camera.
I completely agree because
Absolutely not.
something goes bad.
You're fucked.
You
Your
are.
wedding client's fucked, and you better have a savings.
It's so bad. So luckily it was Memorial Day weekend and I had all my cameras on sale. So
Yes.
I did buy 2 bodies and that was really, really sweet. And so got that. I have my 2 lenses. It's fine. Like that's fantastic.
But that just shows the importance of like why photographers need
Yeah,
and
and
why you should be asking like, hey, what? And I have it listed in my website. Like, hey, this is my equipment that I use. Like, it is in my website because people need to know
That's smart.
that, you know, you have these lenses, these bodies. I would want to know. And I guess it's like, it's hard because if I wasn't a photographer, I would never know to ask these questions.
I didn't.
No.
When I was shopping for this is another one. How are people finding photographers? Because I'm looking at it. When I was searching for my wedding photographer, I had this very specific thing I was looking for, and I was like searching through Instagram. I never looked on Google. Never looked on Google. I was going through Instagram and I was scrolling through people's followers, going through, and then I found my girl.
I would never look on Google either.
I never looked on Google. I looked on Instagram. That's where I was. And I was like searching through people and I was like, this is the style I want. I knew what I wanted. And then I found the girl and I got the girl.
But
So I was stalking Allie and I sent a screenshot from months. It was when I first met her, actually.
Yeah.
Was when I took the screenshot and then it was just previous. And I was like, you have gotten so much better in your colors and just everything. And I sent that to her. And I was like, not to be an insulting way.
Well, I've
Like the
also-
presets that we also use, we'll never, I guess we tag them, but
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like,
But it's like,
not going to spread my presets over here.
no, we both use Authentic Love, but we use definitely different varieties of like.
It's also very hard.
Our authentic love does not look like anyone else's authentic love.
No, it doesn't.
Not at all.
Not at all. And I sit there and I'm like,
because I'm very shocked when I get mine shared, because mine looks. Authentic love is very, very yellow sometimes, and it's very
cinematic,
warm. It's very cinematic and it's very warm. I am not.
Like, have some like purple blue situations going on.
Yeah, but it's funny though, because like when I get posted, which I do get posted on Authentic Love pretty often, I would say actually. Like,
I've only been once, and I was
really?
shocked about the maternity session that they did not repost that.
Isn't that crazy? It's like some of the sessions you're most proud of.
Yes, and I'm sitting there, I'm like
Kate's session, my engagement session got posted.
Yes.
And I was like, which they were beautiful, fantastic. But then I did like this really cool creative session, which was very much more Authentic Love looking.
Yes, it was.
And they did not post me.
Is that the
Haters.
one with the strawberries?
Yes.
Yes.
Very Authentic Love.
Weird.
Yes.
Weird.
So it's just crazy. I'm like, who's running this account and when are you guys active?
wanna
Because
know
I
who-
need to know when to fucking post.
Who is running this account? Who is? Because I'm sitting, I'm like, show your face.
Someone's definitely hired. I wonder if it's just like a social media marketer.
I bet you that is, and they actually have no clue about photography.
Jamie, edit that out right now.
I'm leaving that in.
Jamie's gonna get canceled. But no,
I do love Authentic Love. They've only posted me once on their story, and it was from a content day. Of course. Literally, of course, it was from a content day.
that was a good content day though.
I know, but I got Josh to follow me on Instagram.
He doesn't follow me. I'm still jealous.
I know. I'm
about
like,
that.
over here, I'm like, I got
But
Josh.
Penelope follows me. Bye, you guys. Thanks for listening to us.
Love you.
Yeah. Scene. Cut it. Wait, that last part would be better. Scene. Cut it. Like that would be
I like that.